joy. In the end, wealth is only a fact of life that I am accustomed to. Lying on the sickbed and recalling my whole life, I realized that all the recognition and wealth that I took so much pride in have paled and become meaningless in the face of impending death. In the darkness, I can feel the breath of God and death drawing closer. These were just some of the last words from the late Steve Jobs, known around the world for innovatively changing modern technology. It is not until he is on his deathbed that he reveals that he was truly unhappy and that his wealth now meant nothing to him. But what does death really mean to us? And did you ever stop to consider of what death thinks of you? We get to indulge this thought in the poem A Letter from Cancer by Kevin Cantor. Dear lover, you look a little pale, just a little washed out, and all this antiseptic is far from complimenting that perfume, sweetheart. You look tired. I'll never understand how it is that you don't see it. How terribly beautiful you are. I mean, look in the mirror. I'm in all the dark spots and the hollowed slopes in your eyes, and beneath them your color is just so delicious. Listen to the sound of my voice, to these sweet nothings I will love. You're everything. We will waste away together. I'll show you heaven. I'll give you the stars and the sun. Those are sunspots on your lungs. You can't just tie a ribbon around me and cough me up. Really now? You think I would go that easy? That I would ever think to up and leave you? And your heart was just as big as they all said it was, but not as strong. You will love me. I gave you my son. Love me deadly. I'll make you an angel. Love me because I will make you feel radiance. Now you will meet me there in 9 months or 6 months or 3. They will try to timestamp our love. Expiration date us, but take your time. I'll wait for you. Quiet and patient until you wake one night with a stitch in your side or wasp in your brain, and you'll know I've come back for you, because I will always come back for you. We will look so beautiful together. It is my understanding that you want me dead. Fine. Die with me. Death is all around us, and it doesn't have to be someone significant in your life for a passing direct emotion from you. In fact, I bet you'd be shocked to find some of the connections you have with people you don't even know. And it's within this train of thought that Eugene Lee Yang finds the connections between himself and many of America's tragedies. Seen here in his writings titled, Me and Mass Shootings. On June 12, 2016, I woke up like any other Sunday morning. And like any other millennial, I instinctively checked my phone. I immediately saw 2 words splashed across news outlets and social media. Orlando. And shooting? My first thought was that it must be about the shooting that happened last week. It became common knowledge that a celebratory crowd of vibrant young people had been gunned down at Pulse nightclub at what we called the worst mass shooting in modern American history. These tragedies have been brutally effective in shaping my worldview. When I was 5 years old, a man crashed his pickup truck into a local chain restaurant and shot and killed over 20 people. My father, to calm my fears, he reassured me that these things don't happen very often, so I shouldn't be scared. Little did he know at the time he had lived through around 20 U.S. mass shootings. By today, I have lived through over 100 and counting. And it all began at Columbine. I was 13 years old. Teenagers my age were running out of school with their hands on their heads and dangling from broken windows, trying to escape. Columbine had changed everything, and that's when I grew paranoid because our parents had wars and we had Columbine. I remember schools installing metal detectors. I remember rock music and video games and even the internet being blamed, and if you wore a trench coat, you were a killer. And then 9/11 happened, and then Omaha and Binghamton and Fort Hood twice. Schools, malls, churches, post offices, military bases, a grocery store parking lot in Tucson. A movie theater in Aurora. Over 20 people, the majority being children in the first grade, were shot and killed at Sandy Hook. Our generation went from cautiously skeptical to absolutely terrified, and why not? We are scared. Today we have discussed the topic of death on many forms, though there is one thing I cannot inform you about, and that is what it is like to die. Like everyone else, poet Shane Cozen wishes for this question to be answered, but instead of dwelling on it, he expresses his acceptance, and even goes as far as having a conversation with a personified version of death in his poem, Pinned to the Dish. This is gonna be hard for some of you to hear, but you are dying. Don't panic. In this, we are equal, regardless of race, religion, sex, sexual orientation, political leanings, preference of music, or favorite shape of animal cracker. We are dying. Our differences cannot relieve us from this obligation of death. Whether by natural causes or by accident, by sickness, disease, or famine, by boarding a plane or turning the wrong way on a one-way street, by ordering the chicken in a far too sketchy restaurant. However it happens, it will happen. And as far as an excuse goes, I bet death has heard them all, and answers with a gentle questioning of, what are you waiting for? I warned you this whole time. I happened all around you. I took away the ones you knew and the ones you didn't. And regardless of fame or wealth, I took them as well. What made you think you were different? Your instinct was to respond with a statement. I didn't ask to be born. But the statement, I didn't ask to be born, when dissected, when pulled apart and examined, when pinned to the dish with its organs exposed, says only this. You blame your life for your death. So think of the book you never wrote, the hands you never held, the movie you never made, the chance you never took. What are you waiting for? You are dying. So think of the nevers, the never ever, never, never ever, never had, never built, never invented, never got, never told. We are dying. Don't panic. or only die